Hi, this is Dr. Gaby Cora, and welcome to my show, Dr. Gaby's Take, Make Life Interesting. Delaine, sex is a very powerful drug, one of the most powerful drugs in our brain that we would ever have as a neurotransmitter that's just highlighting up in our brain. Have you ever felt that there was an addictive quality to your wanting more sex once you found yourself out? And if there was some or not, how did you manage to control it?
That's a very interesting question because, that whole process of when you're getting ready to go out and you're beautifying and choosing these lovely clothes, that's actually a surge in testosterone. And it's like you're going out on the hunt. And so, yeah, there is a little bit of a high to it. I mean, I am aware of the hormones and I am aware. I don't believe that for me there was any sort of addiction. I mean, I'm almost 3 years later now. And so my sex life again has evolved. So I'm going back in time now to talk about that pivotal first year.
Interestingly, there's different neurotransmitters that may do different things, and the addictive part is somewhat different from what we feel with oxytocin, which interestingly for you, having had a baby not long before, could have given you some higher levels of that as well. Although if you were breastfeeding, for example, you would probably not have been so sexually interested, so to speak, because of that. And always being the mom that you've always been, that kind of brings another kind of neurotransmitters to play. So that's interesting. Now, tell me a bit about your evolution from that first year to now. What have you discovered about yourself?
So much has happened within that time frame, Dr. Gaby. I mean, I thought that first year, that would be sort of like the peak journey, but in so many ways it wasn't. I am currently in a relationship now. This is like my first really serious relationship. I've met someone who I consider truly outstanding. And really, that's where my heart is, and that's where my energy is now. And, but I mean, prior to entering this relationship, I mean, I just sort of dated sporadically. I trust my intuition when I meet people. And, there's a lot of deal breakers out there and towards me and me towards others. And the fact that I have 3 kids and I'm also a full-time parent, so it means I only have every second weekend off. For a time over the last few years, I only had, after 6 weeks, I would have 2 days off. So seriously, if I'm not going to be bringing this person home, which I didn't, what does that really offer them? You know what I mean? They're kind of like, wow, geez, I get to see her every 6 weeks. What the heck is that? So, but that being said, I mean, there's been a lot of growth for me in other areas of my life outside of the sex and the dating, having to do with work and career. Also just, through my friendships. And also, I mean, there's been legal matters that have had to be tended to. And, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. At the same time, that was a necessary part of my journey. And again, sort of in support of the premise of my book, it was about developing a backbone, standing up for myself for the first time in my life instead of being steamrollered. So that was a necessary part.
Delaine, thank you so much for the interview. I wish you the best of luck in your new endeavors. And again, The Secret Sex Life of a Single Mom. How can people get a hold of your book?
Well, right now it is available on Amazon and Chapters and I think about 15 other bookstores online internationally, and it's going to be in bookstores in Canada and the United States as of March 1st.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining my show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And let's think about 2 or 3 things that we can take with us, lessons learned, to make life interesting. The first point is around pain. Do you keep reliving pain that happened 20, 30 years ago and you're unable to let go? Are you still, for example, in a relationship where things were challenging before, but you keep reminding this to your loved ones, so you are the one who doesn't let go? So watch out for that pain. What are you doing to continue to carry that pain with you? Is it external or is it internal? You're the one who keeps being reminded. I usually say I'm either the best or the worst marriage counselor ever, because most people that ever come to see me either stay together or don't stay together after just one session. Why? One of the most important questions that I ask people is, if you're willing to stay, are you willing to stay thinking that you're going to create and build a fantastic relationship, and if there was any hurt, you're going to be able to let go? Or are you going to still be reminded of it and remind your partner every single day of your lives? And when people make that decision to say, we're going to stay and we're going to let that hurt go, because the only way that we can stay together is in that positive way, I've seen those to be the couples that remain healthy together. Now, sometimes that's too painful to bear. And if that's the case and you decide to let go, that's fine too. But you may need to make a big choice. So think about some of these things. Food for thought. The second point here is around sex. And sex can be very powerful. It can be extremely entertaining, and it can be extremely addictive too. But try to see how you can make some good choices for yourself. Are you seeking for that sexual encounter just for lust? And by the end of the day, are you happy with it? Or are you seeking for that sexual encounter for love, and when it doesn't come, you really feel bad about yourself? The way that I would suggest people think about this is, if you and someone else that you just meet just want to have a one-night stand and you're both in agreement with protection, so to speak, maybe that would be okay if both you and your partner decide that that's all you want. But be very sure about what it is that you want. Because if you tell someone else that what you want is a one-time stand, but what you really want is to form a relationship, and the other person doesn't want that, then you're not going to be comfortable and happy with yourself at the end of the day. So food for thought. Think about some of these things. The third point is allowing yourself to move on. It doesn't matter if in the past you made some very bad choices. It doesn't matter if in the past, you had a lot of hurt. There's nothing you can do about the past today. All you can do is just let go and start new. Give yourself a chance to move on and be happy. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to leave your comments here on YouTube and or directly on drgaby.tv, and hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching.